Hey y'all, it's Dana, the Marigold Shepherdess, and I'm kind of in a green and gold kind of mood today. So I'm gonna dye up some wool with some green shades and gold, and I'm gonna blend them to make a semi-blended bat using this. Yep, pre-carded wool. This wool is Clun Forest from a farm down the road from me. This is actually from a ram named Jude. And I'm going to go through the steps with you guys on dyeing, blending card on the drum carder, and spinning up this beautiful wool for a project. Let's have some fun. So before I dye the fiber, I have to pre-soak it, and I keep it pretty simple, especially here in the summer. I can just fill the bucket up outside, spray myself with water, that's always fun. And then of course, plunge the wool into the water and let it soak. No need to agitate it, just make sure you squish it in there. Try and push some of the air out. And then walk away and let the magic of water and power scour do the rest. By the way, you may have noticed that I just threw all that in there. I haven't weighed out any wool for the dyeing pots or anything like that. That's because I like to live on the edge and do some guessing. I am a southern girl, and so I treat my wool dyeing a lot of times like I do my cooking. I just guess. And it's always interesting to see what comes out of it. So let's find out. These are the colors that I picked. I've got one gold, Aztec gold, and 3 greens, emerald, Kelly green, and golden pear. I've used all 4 of these dyes several times, and I really like the way that they look together. So I am going to start getting the dye basket ready while the wool is soaking, and I'll show you that step next. I guesstimated how much dye I wanted in each of the jars. I know this emerald, it takes a good bit of it. It has to be a little more concentrated to get a good green out of it, so there's a little more in there than I normally would do. Can you actually hear me echoing? My voice is echoing in these jars. That's hilarious. Also, cat. He's helping me, obviously, with all this. Alright, so you may be thinking you had 4 dyes out and you only have 3 jars. That's because I only have 3 jars. So once I get one of these jars emptied, I will set it up for the last color, which is the gold. I'm boiling water now on the stove, and I'll pour the boiling water in each of these and stir them up real good. And then I'll add the citric acid water bath. And then I will pour these onto the fiber, onto the wool, and get them ready for the oven, because I'm going to probably put all of the wool in a pan, and then put the different jars of dye starting at the top and work my way down. And then I'll put it in the oven, and we'll see what it does. It should be interesting. I should get some interesting colors. So I'll be back with the pan, the wool, and the dye. Sounds good? Cool. Okay, here we go. The wool is dyed, washed, ready for carding. So let's do that next. All right, so let's do some carding. So this is my drum carder. It's a Brother Deluxe. No, I am not being sponsored by Brother. However, I wouldn't be offended if they asked me. But I have taken the fiber and I've divided it up into 3 piles of about the same amount of each color. And I'm going to make 3 smaller bats rather than doing 2 larger bats, just to try and help with the uniformness of each bat. Also, you're about to find out why I decided to use carded wool to card these bats instead of, tearing these up into, each part is into 4 separate pieces. I didn't want this to be I wanted this to be a very well blended bat as far as the fiber was concerned, but I didn't want the colors to get too mushed together. And so I went ahead and I carded this fiber pretty well before I dyed it, so that as I am putting it on the drum carder, it's not getting too terribly blended. So I'm going to only probably card it twice. I will send through a color of each. I'll do this first pass. Like so. Just like that until I've used up all the fiber for this one bat. Okay, so already I'm pretty happy with how this is turning out. I'm going to do one more pass. Actually, I'm going to do the other 2 bats, and then I will do one more pass on all 3 of them to just get this a little more blended. I don't want it much more than this. And also, because I got this at SAF back in October, and I just really haven't used it, I've got some Angelina. And I know it's blue, but I think that that's going to look really good with this green and gold. Just having little pops of that blue, that shiny blue in there. I don't normally use anything except for natural fibers, but my sister was with me, and she really liked it, and so I said I would get it and try it out. So let me get this done and I'll be right back. So here it is, all carded up. So that is 4 ounces of Clun Forest, dyed, carded, ready for spinning, almost ready for spinning. So I will have to, well, there's some things that there's a specific way I want to finish this fiber up for spinning. I like to turn it into, I'm going to turn this particular fiber into roving before I spin it, and in my next video I will show you how to do that, and I will show you how I'm going to spin it. So thanks for watching, and y'all have a great day. And I'm in kind of a green and gold kind of mood, so blast it off. Literally just do that. How did that get there?